What's your reaction to the Hawks trading Trae Young to the Wizards?
I mean, he got what he wanted, right? I mean, that's where he wanted. That's where he was preferring to going. He got his money, so he's kind of like in the situation where he was in before. But he has proven that, he can get a team that's not really that good to the Eastern Conference Finals, and he's had some success. So I think now we just have to wait and see. But as long as he's happy, I don't see no big deal about it. I mean, they gave him his love. This is the first time I ever seen somebody get traded with this much attention, like walking through the locker room and doing all that. So, but he went out the right way.
Report dropped during the game as we saw Trae said his goodbyes. It's a little sad, a little weird situation, a little weird way to go in his Hawks tenure, but it is what it is. Swaggy, what do you think about the Hawks trading Trae Young to your Washington Wizards?
I don't like that he preferred to go to the Wizards. It's like
Well, I think that was how things started to shift once it became obvious that was where he was going to be going. But
like he preferred there, like he wanted to be there, right?
Well,
I don't know. History shows going to the Wizards, it messes up people's careers. So, hopefully things work out for him. Yeah, just Jordan Poole, the Russells, many people that went through there. I think Wizards is one of them graveyard places like Sac and all that. So hopefully he could change it. If he mess up there, I think that's the most labelless city ever. You get labels put on you, and it's hard to shake those. So
you get labels put on you in the District of Columbia.
You don't do what you're supposed to do. Speaking from the last person that was there, Jordan Poole. People thought he was going to go have like the James Harden seasons, and he didn't. And, they call him a wash Jackson. It's hard to shake that. It's hard to come back from that. So, but he is Trae. He has been doing what he's been doing. They don't play defense. He could go there, do what he do, and put up numbers.
So let's shift over this side of the couch. Kenyon, obviously we talked about this a little bit yesterday before the trade was announced, talking about potential options. You thought Trae would be a great fit on the Rockets. Weren't quite feeling the Wizards as much as an option, but now that deal is done. It is what it is. So what do you think about this Trae Young situation with Trae heading over to the Washington Wizards?
Wait and see kind of a situation. For them to be reporting that they're not having extension conversations already is like, why not? Why would he go there? Like, why would that be his preferred destination if his agent and them didn't know something already?
Yeah.
So, little interesting there. It's a wait and see kind of a situation right now. There's reports that he's not going to play this year, maybe, possibly. What for? They don't need to put him out there with that.
Well,
so it's just one thing, but we'll see how it plays out. They got some young guys who they've drafted high over the last few years. See how well and if Trae's able to gel with those guys when he steps on the floor. But to get out of Atlanta, it seemed like the writing was on the wall. And if this is where he wants to be, then more power to him.
Well, so Trae has obviously a player option this summer. I think conventional wisdom is that he's going to
opt out. I think opt out and redo it and have another year on it. That's my thought.
Yeah, I mean, you got $46 million guaranteed right now, obviously in limbo, just based on the market. And if you look at what the Hawks got back in return for him, obviously it seems like they were very motivated to move on.
Yeah, and that's what makes me think that the extension is coming soon. Like,
gotta be money.
Yeah, because he got a player option. If he opt into that, then he becomes an unrestricted free agent. Why would you trade for Trae Young to have him for 1 year?
Yeah.
Like, that don't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't, but the Wizards have a ton of cap space. Got a young core. We'll have another.
That's what makes me think that he's going to sign the extension. They're going to try to go get somebody else as well.
Exactly.
So to team up with him. So I think the extension is inevitable, sooner than later. So I don't think he opts into that. I think he opts out, redoes his deal, signs a 3 or 4 year deal, and they go sign somebody else. That's my opinion and my guess of what the future has told me about guys going to the city.
As we know, you're the man of the people. You are very connected in this basketball space. So
I just pay attention.
Yeah,
that's all.
I know.
I just observe.
Yeah, a very observant individual.
Very observant.
Well, let's shift over to Shad Stradamus, Crystal Ball. We talked about this yesterday. Talked about Trey Young going to the Wizards, having the option to still produce and play at a high level, maybe not necessarily with a team that has playoff or championship aspirations at this point. What do you think about the Wizards trading for Trey Young?
I think I said this shit. Said it, right? Said it, I meant it. I just, it's interesting, when you can predict the future, you can look ahead and you can see where guys are actually looking at landscapes, and you look at all the teams that are out there. You say to yourself, okay, I'm young and you could still have building blocks centered around me. We got money over here, looking at all the competition. I can still build a legacy around me and still go compete. I think that's what Trey Young's whole mentality was, is if I can do it here, and I can go here and they can go and help me build around me what they refuse to do here in Atlanta, I'll rather take this chance than just jump ship and try to be on somebody else's boat. I think that's a logical thing. I expect nobody to really say I'm right about anything anymore. Saying I'm right is it's like pulling teeth. You know what I'm saying? It's going to the dentist, you don't really want to go. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Stop.
It's okay. Because it was you. 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 We know he not going to say shit. He ain't going to say shit.
What, I didn't say you was right yesterday?
No, you didn't.
Did I not? Did I not sit there right in this very seat and say you was right yesterday when I was talking to him? When he said I was always right, I said, no, I was wrong. I told this young man he was right yesterday.
Chapter 17.
No, I think the question is, so we got to wait to see if he gets better or not.
Yeah.
Right? That was the biggest thing. Is he going to get better?
No, the question was, is he going to go to Washington?
And then the question was if he...
No,
then he said
no,
it was
the
preferred.
Question was,
Then it was said it was preferred.
the question was,
Y'all
where
fought
do we
me up
think,
until he said it.
Where do we think Trey Young fits best?
Yeah, it would be a good
That
fit.
was the original question. You said your destination. Everybody said what they thought.
So who was right?
Then
Yeah.
So who
you
was
were
right?
right.
I
You
was
said
right.
Washington.
Yeah.
Yes.
I said
was
Milwaukee.
And I said Milwaukee and Houston. I agree with him in Milwaukee, and I added Houston.
These were all our opinions, right?
Yeah, and he said no to that. Then after you stated your Washington, he came out and said Sean
He validated
said
it.
this. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Well, then it happened.
Then it happened.
Yeah, fuck it.
Right. So it wasn't like I was just guessing. I wasn't guessing. I wasn't like listen.
The Wizards were the front runner, though, to land him out,
Listen.
according to reports.
Listen. You know when
Wait, do you have the... Oh, wow.
I have the book inside. Listen, man. Listen. You don't know what this is. You don't know what this is.
Make like a tree and get out of here.
This is called a cheat code. These niggas don't know I have this type of shit laying around the house.
Well,
I just
who
walk
don't?
past the
Who
book
don't?
and I just say,
Who don't know that?
Great Sports
Who's going to
Almanac.
do what in 2026? Trey Young's going, okay, look, crystal ball, we're going to say this tomorrow. Yeah, I just got to line in. That's it. Let's
Shout out
line
to
in. I don't
Big
want to
Cannon.
keep putting chapters in the book, just random shit. This is random chapter. It's not part of the book. The publisher not going to like it.
Sean, we did not know that you had Great Sports Almanac.
I'm just saying. I was biffing
what
them
is
back
that
when
pick?
Biff. I was Biff.
Out here biffing.
You know what I'm saying? And I was the doc, too. Got the white coat Hall of Fame.
Do
Nah,
the Wizards
but-
have a chance to get the number 1 pick this year?
So the Wizards have the fourth worst record in the NBA
No, they
currently.
do not. If they do, yes, they do, but...
They yeah, as we know, ping pong
Go
balls.
ahead, tell them.
But ping pong balls tend to be...
But tell them how it's going to go, though. So if it falls out of 7,
You want to know how it go? Do you really want to know how it go? I can tell you.
first 6, they keep it.
Okay. Oh.
I can tell you how it's going to go.
Sean, you have the Almanac. What is the Almanac?
I'm not going to
Hey,
let you know.
okay, not yet.
Y'all don't be believing. Y'all not real
It falls
believers.
to 7, then they lose it. So
Yeah.
Trey Young went there for a reason. I'm telling you, the reason is for the season.
To get the money.
They going to make a change. You want to make a change
Hey, if they do, I
for
know.
once in my...
What
yeah.
change?
Yeah.
If they get the
They
number
about
1
to
pick,
turn that motherfucker
If they
around.
get the number 1 pick, it's a
They don't even need a number 1 pick. You give them 4, 5, 6. It's this draft is really sick right now. And if you go use your assets and your money the way you need to in the summer, you can have, and then they talking about sitting him out for the rest of the year.
Oh, Washington?
So if they sit him for the rest of the year, he really get healthy and get that team around him. You still got Chris over there. Like, you let Chris get healthy. You got him a little vet. Sard leading the league in blocks.
Young.
Man, you got Trae Johnson, the shooter. Trae Johnson, shoot that thing over there.
Who's with the big hair? Any of
And then they
So Middleton in the final year of his deal. So Middleton potentially
Carrington.
free agent, but they got a good young crew with Sar, Trae Johnson, Bilal Coulibaly. I'm saying,
Yeah. I mean, they solid. I mean,
Cam
for
Whitmore
him,
still over there.
for him looking at the team that he
can't
took
get
to
on
the
the
Western
sports
Conference
radio.
Finals, if you
trying
can
to get
pull up
paid.
that roster he took to the Eastern Conference Finals, that roster wasn't a roster that you would say, I want that roster back to go right now. You wouldn't say, give me that roster. I'm Trae Young. I'm going to take them back.
Yeah.
So you go in Washington in the next 2 years and you're saying we got something to build on. We got Trae Young at 27. And look, we challenging him to play defense now. Come on, Trae. Don't be the one thing. Don't let this one thing hold you back for us not really liking you no more.
He's physically challenged in that regard.
Effort though.
Okay, I
It's
hear you.
effort.
I dig it.
We just want to see you try. You know
So
what I'm saying?
Middleton expiring contract, but Wizards I think are gonna have about $40 million to play with this offseason to try and bring another big name in there as well.
Two
to
big
facilitate
names.
around Trae if he does decide to stay.
One name, because they got to pay him.
They got $40 million.
They got to pay him and one other person.
But what I'm saying, even if he opts in or out,
Yeah,
they'll have that addition. Their cap is very light. I think their draft pick would be the second highest paid player on the team, depending on where that pick falls at. As it currently stands. A lot of rookie
move
deals.
some things around.
A lot of
Fuck
young
around and
guys.
get AJ Banza. Turn it around all the way.
Oh,
That
there's
boy
no need
windmilling
for
off
Trae,
1
man.
foot.
Huh?
You get AJ, Trae out of here.
No.
Ah,
No, he definitely need Trae. He a rookie.
yeah.
He need
Yeah.
and Trae pass.
Yeah.
AJ team.
Yeah.
He's gonna be playing backseat. That's what
Yeah, the first couple years you're gonna be backseat.
No. Trae.
No, after the first 2 years, nah.
Man. All right.
So
Okay.
I had AJ doing what Flag doing. Gonna be the point guard, 2 guard, 3 guard.
Hey, just watch the show. learn.
I'm
learn
watching.
what-
I've been
learn what's
watching.
going on.
I've been watching.
Learn what's going on, man.
I'm just saying,
Fuck
man.
around, beat Brandon Miller.
It's a
Out here watching LaMelo.
rest haven for hoes over there.
wow. That is fair.
It's a rest haven.
It's a
for
rest
hoes
haven.
over there.
Not high grade pimping in Chocolate City, but let's talk a little bit more just about this deal. So Trae and Luka both excelled in the league since their draft day trade in 2018. Less than a year, they now both find themselves playing for different teams. Both moves led to a combined 1 first-round draft pick being included in the trade, and that came in the Luka deal. Trae got traded for CJ McCollom, who's on an expiring contract, but a plug-and-play vet. I think that can come in and help Atlanta right now. Obviously, Kispert, who's on a good deal, good shooter. But should Trae feel disrespected by what the Hawks were willing to accept for this trade?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, he wanted out.
Nah.
They wanted him out. That's been on the table for years, man.
Boy, if you're Trae, like, nigga, this?
Nah, you
That's
not.
all I could get.
Nah. Not if
y'all
I'm
didn't get
going
no
to where
picks?
if I'm going to where I want to go.
No, I get it.
No.
What do you
That's
mean?
the only place you could.
Oh,
worried about
so
y'all
imagine,
no more.
so imagine if I don't go where I wanted to go and it looked good and look they gave it up for hit. Come on, bro. I ain't want to be here, but y'all got more better pieces for me than what I was asking for while I was here. Or y'all ain't put these pieces around me. I would much
I'm a
rather go
star,
where I want to go.
If I'm a star, I feel like, more teams want you. Like, you change this organizations as a star. People feel that way when you get traded. Like, I shouldn't have to only want to be a preferred Washington Wizard. I should be able to go where I want to go and change that whole organization like Luka did.
It says preferred destination, Nick.
Yeah.
Man.
It seems like that preference, like you go to the club, you might eye a bunch of different work at the club, and then the one work eyes you back, and you say, that's my
Ain't the Wizards a big
mine.
market? The Wizards are a big market, right?
Yeah. Yeah. preferred
so-
destination.
Nation's capital.
It means I could pick all these
It's a big
places I
market. He
want
go
to
in there and
here.
start winning?
Don't be
You
surprised.
think Trey will be motivated though by this situation?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Chip on his shoulder.
Hell
Yeah.
You guys have been disrespecting my name. You know, they
Fresh start.
talked to a lot of his teammates after the game, and one of the main things they kept all saying is like, you know, the outside perception of him versus how he was in that locker room and how vital and central he was to that team, how big of a help he was. Even Jalen Johnson now, who obviously the team has shifted towards building around, just saying what Trey meant, and you know, don't believe all the outside noise about him. So
Well, we had the conversation about staying loyal to the game. And I feel Trey was loyal to the game. The organization moved on from him. So he could just show up and give it all he's got all the time. And if they want to move on with him, they move on him. They actually gave him the respect to ask him where he want to go. Hey, look, we gonna do it like this. Let me go back here. Isn't that what they did with Dame in Milwaukee? They gave him the respect to ask where you want to go back home. We're gonna send you back home, not get nothing for you. And we're gonna pay you.
a lot of money.
So it's like at some point he has to be a good guy on that aspect, good teammate. He ain't really fucking the organization up on that side. Where I think like they just ready to move on from him, like they was with Joe Johnson. Like Joe Johnson he was always a good dude. He never did nothing wrong.
Nope.
They just get tired of their asses after a while. Atlanta, one of them. It might be a graveyard. That might be one of the graveyards you talking about.
Yeah, because it's a football.
Well, in his team
football
picture,
city.
how Trey looking at team picture, gonna say it all.
If he's smart, if he's shaving,
I done
if
seen Gil, I done seen Fool.
well, that is,
However he looking at team picture,
if
say
he's
it all.
cheesing, then that okay.
I'm just saying.
So the Wizards play the Hawks twice in 3 days in late February in Atlanta.
It's hilarious.
You know that
He
picture,
might not
right?
be playing, so
But do you think Trey comes back for that?
Nope.
Just to,
Nope.
he get his bread no matter what.
Nope. I'm gonna wait till next year.
if they don't want him to play, he ain't gonna play. If they fuck up they draft
Traffic,
chances,
yeah.
no, because he can go get you a few wins. So no, they ain't gonna play that game.
Definitely can go get you a few
Yeah.
wins.
Sure.
All right, well, let's move to the Hawks side of things. So obviously they get CJ McCollom Kispert. Reports the Hawks are interested in acquiring AD from the Mavs, but at this point, unwilling to include the Pelicans' unprotected 2026 pick they got in the draft day trade for Derek Queen or former #1 pick Zachary Risache. I think there's reports right now like Porzingis and some other people being potential options for the Mavs, but would AD be a good fit with this Hawks squad?
Yeah, that's the big we was talking. That's the big I was talking about yesterday. You get them a big that help Jalen Johnson. Was a Aneka. He's not.
Congo, yep.
You know, he can stretch for it. You need somebody that's going to be bigger down there with a different defensive aspect that can go down there and roll, dunk, can play on the post. AD actually fit that bill nicely. But AD now is being a tradable asset now is just nasty work.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, what AD are we getting at this point? Because I'm sure he's gonna be like, all right, like left LA, Dallas, now.
It's 50 mil. I'm getting paid.
I mean, I get it.
Get out.
No, I get
Getting
it.
paid now, shit.
That's what I was saying when he got his check in LA. I'm like, yo, he don't have to show up no more. He's set. He literally don't have to show up. Don't have to be AD no more.
Oh, he ain't right now.
So him leaving after being traded for Luka, that should have been a motivation. I'm gonna turn Dallas around. But now you moving on from this, you want out? That's insane.
So 82 years left on the deal after this season, player option 2027.
Just got there too.
Just got
Supposed to be the Trae Young.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, obviously Kyrie not back yet. This Mavs squad figuring it out. Cooper Flag obviously taking over, doing his thing. But we will continue to monitor the situation. We got to get on to other things.